are live. We are here. We are in this mug. What is up, y'all? It's Black Wing 2040. Welcome to the 20th anniversary Power Rangers Zeo discussion. I am here with a slew of other fellow Power Ranger fans. Mr. Cooper 92, the most famous black man in Japan, also got his shout out from Miss Tessa Rao last night. I'm jealous. What up?
Zeo! What's up, everybody?
We got pretty much the guy that does the Lord's work with these master edits and everything. Sentai 5. How you doing, bro?
How's it going, bro? Thanks for having me back on again.
No problem. And last but not least, I got my boy Tex, aka the Detective. What's up, bro?
What's up? I'm happy to be here with such great people and Power Ranger fans alike.
Yep, I appreciate you guys taking the time out of your Sundays, especially since it's Oscar Sunday today. Anyway, but
I forgot. So
yeah, I know, right? I was just like the whole pandemic happened like last year. I'm like, is anything really going to be that nominated for this year? But anyway, who cares? Because we don't care. We're not here to talk about the Oscars. We're here to talk about Power Rangers Zeo, which I could say it is a monumental, groundbreaking season that pretty much took the bar to a higher level. This season, pretty much the way how Mighty Morphin / Alien Rangers, which we could say is a continuation off of MMPR, the way how it just ended with a cliffhanger with the Rangers in their, completely like the command center just got blown up, their powers are gone, and they just got turned back into adults, and just their home base just got destroyed. It just got murked, and that's just such a not even a bleak way. That's just an incredible way just to start a season, a continuation of a season for that matter. What was your guys' reaction when you guys first watched that, transition from the end of Alien Rangers to a Zeo beginning? And we'll start with you, Vaughn.
Okay, I'll go first. The first thing I said was, "Where's Aisha? Why did Aisha leave? Why did Aisha leave just to go just to tell her cousin, like, hey, you can join the team now?" And then she aged, and next thing you know, we got Tanya. But Tanya's great though. But why?
We love you, Karen Ashley. We love you. We love you.
But pretty much for real, I was shocked because they just say like, hey, we're gonna just destroy the command center. Everybody's gonna wear all the clothes they wore from like the end of season 3. We're not gonna change your clothes because that doesn't make sense. And I just thought it was a great introduction because you just pretty much see them trying to figure out how to resolve everything, how to make sure that they bring the team back together, as well as how to be able to save the world because the world's in peril already with the Machine Empire. So it was a great introduction. I really did enjoy it.
Definitely. What about you, Five?
It was absolutely devastating. Zeo was like the first season I remember watching on TV as it aired. And I was really young, so like Alien Rangers season 3. I have a little bit of a blurred memory. So, but I do remember watching. I know we had like half of like some episodes of Alien Rangers, especially towards the end. We had it recorded on tape. So I remember watching that, and then I remember watching Zeo when it aired immediately after that, and it's just their entire world came crashing down, literally. So it's like, where do you even go from there? And that's pretty much it.
Yeah, definitely. And what about you, Tex? How did you feel about that transition from Alien Rangers / MMPR to Zeo?
See, I'm not only did I watch Power Rangers out of order, I was a pretty young, stupid kid. So for me, I was confused because I think it was with my sister. I was like, didn't they just beat Ivan Ooze in the movie? Like already, like guys, you guys can't be taking me. I was so confused how they look. As a kid, I never saw the Alien Ranger arc, at least not that much. Like I might have seen it, but I didn't understand it. So when I saw the command center get blown up, I mean, it was a big deal because to me that was like, the X Mansion blowing up or something. It was like such an iconic place. Finally destroyed, and it's definitely a sense of dread that I don't know if Power Rangers ever like gave me before that. Like they've done it again over the years, you know, like in space, for example. But that first time that I remember seeing it, I was just like sad because for one, I thought Zordon was dead and Alpha were dead, so I was like already sad about that. And you know, so looking back, it was just like a very cool but bittersweet kind of deal with how it happened.
Yeah, definitely. I could definitely agree. And I can honestly say for just for the way it started, you had the villain celebrating how like, oh yeah, no more Power Rangers. We won, we won, we won. And then out of nowhere, the Machine Empire just comes. You know, like that moment from Rogue One, Star Wars, where like the recruits are about to leave because they got the the blueprints of the Death Star, and that Star Destroyer just immediately just hyperspace out of nowhere and just starts attacking.
Yep.
That's exactly what this moment kind of felt like. Like, oh, we just defeated the Power Rangers. Like, it was like, Rita, Zed, we got trouble outside. Why? What's going on? I'm like, Zed, I think we're in trouble. Because let's be honest, I don't find King Mondo and the Machine Empire that big of a threat now, but just from the way how they just came onto the scene, they're like the first ever kind of villains to send Rita and Zed running for their lives with their tails tied behind their legs.
They had a great introduction.
That's how you bring in a new force of evil. They're just straight up great. I love the bit in the beginning how Rita. Well, first of all, Zed is. Actually, hold on. I'm slipping on my words. Rita's suggesting, like, I know where we should move. We should move to move in with my father. I'm like, Zed's like, no, I am not moving in with my father-in-law. Hell no. I am the emperor of all evil. No. That is a disgrace to my life. I will never do that.
And she grabs him by the horn.
Exactly. Full on grabs him by the horn, like, let's go. Let's go. You're moving in with my dad. We're coming.
They just have the putties moving furniture and stuff.
Like the putties, the Tangas picking up furniture. Like, let's be careful though. Serpentera only got like limited power source, so
and now they live in an RV.
RV on the moon.
But hey, you see a lot of them in Zeo. That's the great thing about it because Rita and Zed's storyline is not done yet. Even though that their whole base got destroyed, they pretty much was like around the whole show, and they got their revenge. I'll tell you that.
Yes, they did. That they did. That they sure did. They sure did. So let's just jump right into like the transition of power from their old powers to the Zeo powers. I love how this happened because, first off, with Billy deciding to stop being a ranger and give Tanya his crystal, it was just incredible. Of course, the reason behind that was because David Yost was dealing with a lot of, harassment behind the scenes, but he's a much better guy now. He's doing a lot better for himself, so we can be very proud of him as he is now. But I'll admit though, because I remember the first time I ever saw a Zeo beginning, I always wondered like, who's Tanya? Like, where does she come from? Who's this person? Like, where's Aisha? So I was definitely one of those individuals. I was like, wait a minute, where's Aisha? Like, where did she go? Like, she's the Yellow Ranger, not Tanya. I mean, don't get me wrong, Tanya's great, but I just like, who is she? Who is she? She was just like one of those Rangers that definitely just like flew over my head because I just I didn't connect to her that well at the time, but as the many times I've watched Zeo, I see that she's a great character. I just wish she got a lot more, development for her personal story, but we're going to get deeper into like character development and everything soon. But just as soon as they got the Zeo powers and, Zordon's telling them about, the new powers and the Machine Empire that's coming in and everything, I just love the monologue that Zordon gives. Like, as Power Rangers, you have served your planet well, but the Power Rangers you knew before are long gone. I was just like, oh, I get chills during that monologue.
Oh, I'm thinking about the Zeo theme song right now, just hearing it.
Oh, yeah, one of the greatest quotes ever.
Oh my God, this theme song. In Space is my favorite theme song of all time, but I cannot deny that Zeo's theme song goes hard. It slaps. It goes hard. Right.
It goes great. It is amazing.
Just right on the first key.
Yeah. Zeo is the theme song so perfectly illustrates what the season is, and like It's almost as if Zordon himself is like singing it because you hear the lyrics and it's like stronger than before. It's just like the Zeo song was just so great.
I love how the opening starts off with like the team in like the black, shadowed by the smoke.
Oh, the shadows. I think there might be better themes, but the presentation of the Zeo opening, in my opinion, has never been matched. In my opinion,
it's very well timed. I like it a lot.
Yeah. It's the better PR remix that we had like over and over again because we got Dino Charge, we got Ninja Steel. I don't want to talk about that one, but the Zeo one pretty much just showed me, just pretty much throughout the part because I'm like, it's the first song after Go Go Power Rangers, but now it's just like a remix version is like it's more mature and it gets you amped up all the time. Like I can't like if you watch Zeo, you have to watch the opening every single time.
Never skip it. Never skip it. Never.
I've literally tweeted this so many times. If you follow me, I can't start my day without the Zeo theme. I gotta listen to it at least once a day.
Yeah, that's definitely
my favorite theme
song
song.
for me. It's just great.
Wait,
that's how you start your day.
What did Psycho O say? Psycho O said, "Wait, can we get 5 and Von to do a more?"
Okay. We ain't all right. This ain't all right. We'll do it like at PMC where we have the actors do the morphs at the end of the discussion. All right. At the end, we'll save the best for last. Save the best for last.
Wait.
And like, save the best stuff for last. And heck, I'll even try to do. Even though I have no morphers, I'll attempt to do the.
Hey, you could do Jason's because Jason didn't have no morpher.
Oh yeah, you're right. He didn't.
Absolutely.
Wait, did he always just use the staff? Or
no, Jason used his fist.
That's right. That was
his fist just straight up glowed.
That is such an alpha thing to do.
His fist just straight up glowed. He didn't get no morphers.
I am the morpher. Like Jason. Okay, I remember now. Oh man,
it's just oh my gosh. And can we just talk about how beautiful these suits look? These are like if I love these suits. These are my favorite suits.
These are some of the only helmets. Oh yeah, I love the gold on the chest, but these are some of the only helmets from any Sentai or Power Rangers I've seen that I am completely fine with the lips. The lips, I don't know, they look good on these helmets.
I have no problem with lips on the helmets. What is people's problems with lips on helmets?
I feel like some don't work, but for the Zeo, maybe it's just like how the shapes are presented. They're like, look at that. That's my favorite Tommy suit. Look, that's beautiful.
Clean. Just straight up clean. Just straight up clean. Like, how could you not look?
And that's my favorite suit in general, right there. Thank you. God bless.
I could tell I was definitely smart as a kid because every time they said their Ranger designation number, I was always looking at their helmets like, oh, I could tell.
Yeah. I didn't get that till years later.
I got that. I could tell. I was like, I could tell I was a smart kid.
Like, shouldn't Tommy be one? I don't understand. Like,
Zeo Ranger 5 red. Like, because he got the star, got 5 points, and Adam is Zeo Ranger 4 because rectangle 4 sides. Like, see, I'm a smart kid. I see what I did. See, look at me.
Geometry.
Yeah, right. Geometry.
I wish Jason said Zeo Ranger 6 gold. Never he morphed with them.
No, imagine if I think that would have been cool. It would have been cool if he actually.
He did because he
for consistency. It bothers me that he didn't. Do that.
I hate when 6 Rangers don't add up. Like they don't say the same kind of thing. Like I don't know, it's weird.
Like I get they're supposed to be set apart differently because that's what makes them part of like 6 Ranger legacy. But that's one thing I wish he said.
Yeah. But then again, you got Jason being full on. Jason saying Gold Ranger power.
Exactly. What more do you want? What more do you want? Went from it's morphin time to now saying it's morphin time plus Gold Ranger power. Psycho said, I can't look at Yellow's helmet and not think of an equal sign or 2 burger.
Yeah, I honestly thought this was a kid, like equal signs.
2 burger buns. Oh man.
Put some respect on Talia's helmet.
Put full on respect.
I like that helmet. I really did like that helmet when growing up. And what else? And also, did she have like nunchucks?
Yeah, she did. She had nunchucks.
Yeah, kind of had those at the time.
She would have them like appear from like her helmet like that.
Which is really cool. I remember the part in the opening where she's spinning them.
And everybody just has like a new different ability. Just straight up, like, Tommy has, the Zeo. What's it called? What's the Zeo
kick.
Power Sword?
Yeah, he has the kick also.
Oh yeah, the Zeo flying power kick.
Yeah, the sword.
sword, the whatchamacallit. Tommy was loaded with gear. Tommy was always loaded because, of course, Tommy's Ranger Jesus. That's what it is.
Oh, look at this comment.
Like, wait,
Tommy or Izzy,
no.
Mom?
You're trying to get Vaughn in trouble.
You better stop because you ask this question all the time. Mike asked me if I had to save TJ or Izzy. For this situation right here, I'm gonna say Izzy. I'm sorry. It's gonna be
to no one's surprise.
I can't deny that. I can't deny that. Izzy's great. She's great. I can't deny that. I cannot deny it. Look, after watching that live, that IG live yesterday, I was just like, you know what? I'm a part of the Izzy gang. I can't take it anymore. I'm Izzy gang. I'm team Izzy gang.
You know what's funny? I wasn't even watching the IG live. I was just chilling.
I was there when that happened. I was there when that happened. When she was like, shout out my friend Ravon. I'm like, oh, like Vaughn is gonna be so happy.
And
he was confused at first. I said, "Oh, wow, Vaughn, that was a very nice thing."
Yeah, I got confused. I'm like, wait, what? I'm like, I don't know how I'm supposed to feel about this. Hold on.
And then I saw your TikTok this morning. That was the highlight of my morning. That TikTok, I was like, oh. That was the highlight of my morning.
It was that part. I'm sorry that we're going on a tangent about Izzy, but the way that she just said, well, Tessa Rao just said, I love you at the end. I'm like, wait, what? Oh.
That was beautiful.
All right, Zeo time. We got to talk about
back
Zeo.
to Zeo. Can we just talk about how amazing that first battle was with the Cogs? Just the way how they all just showed up and just like Tommy's all, tell King Mondo it's a fight that he wants. It's a fight he's gonna get. Right, guys? Right. Power Rangers. See.
Oh god, it's so good.
I have that whole scene memorized. I just love that. I just love those moments. That fight. That's like one of my favorite first fights. It's iconic and it's just all original footage. All original footage. That's
back when they used to do that sort of thing.
And just to see how Tanya everybody's back in the groove. Billy's gonna be working in the power chamber from now on. It's just so much that they added this season. It's just great. And we got a lot to talk about. I just want to get this one thing out of the way before we even get to it. The Dear John letter. The Dear John letter.
And people still ship Tommy and Kimberly in 2021.
Stop it. Please stop it. It's not canon.
It's too late. I'm sorry.
You gotta watch that. There's no business in snow business.
You gotta watch. You just gotta watch that. I have never felt bad for Tommy in all my life.
He was so flustered. He didn't know what to say.
Just the whole sad boy Tommy bit with the recap with the music video style flashbacks. I'm just like,
hey, that whole montage was hilarious. I laughed when I was a kid.
It's hilarious, but sad at the same time.
I'm like,
you got dumped.
Like he is in his bag right now, and I feel so.
That's the equivalent of getting dumped over text.
Power Rangers told me what a Dear John letter was. I never knew before Power Rangers told me, and I was like, "Damn, Tommy, poor Tommy, bro." To this day,
he just got hurt just
because he was so happy when he opened it too. That's the part,
right?
Yeah,
like it's from Kimberly. I just like I'm gonna read it. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh,
I can't stop laughing.
I just felt bad. Tommy was never really one of my favorites, but I just felt bad for him at that moment. And at this moment, and people still think like, "Oh, Kat's not the right woman for Tommy." Like, have you not been paying attention? This woman set up a trip for him to go to the mountains
and a dinner.
If that's not a real ride or die friend, I don't know what is.
Yeah, we've talked about this before. Kat. I think the problem with Kimberly and Tommy is they kind of just went into it as soon as they met. Almost. Kat was a great friend, and you can see why it grew into a relationship. That's what I really do dig Tommy and Kat. And Zeo is a perfect example of how to do like a relationship, in my opinion, with his characters.
I agree. Yeah. I definitely agree. We don't get that kind of relationship development in Rangers anymore. But You get.
I think Kimberly was only in it for the D, to be honest.
I agree.
You mean that Dragon Zord?
Yeah, the Dragon Zord. She was definitely she was in it for the Dragon Dagger.
He left as soon as he got
Definitely was,
Saba down there.
when she first laid eyes on him, she was like, "Oh God, he's cute." Didn't even care about getting to know the guy.
I'm
Nope.
like, oh, he was cute. Like even when he lost his power, it's just like, hey, how you been? I'm like, I'm alright. It's just like, I'm like, you know what? Like, come here, girl.
She was still trying to talk to him, even though she knew he was the Green Ranger, and he was like literally about to kill them. I was like, that's insane.
I know your
You're
secret.
the green. I know you're the Green Ranger.
Yeah, he was working out, right? Remember? It was like, oh my
should
Well,
also
you know,
that
Pink
you-
Ranger.
Well, Pink Ranger, you should also know that you and the other Power Rangers will soon be destroyed. You have been warned.
You know what's funny? Every time I work out and I'm at that machine, I can't stop thinking about that. Just slimming.
I can never do my pecs again.
Oh my gosh. It's just, oh my god. Tommy really went through a lot of stuff this season, from like figuring out he had a brother who was played by his Jason David Frank's actual brother in real life. That was rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Eric.
Yeah, rest in peace to Eric Frank. That was incredible. And it's funny enough how he was originally supposed to be the Gold Ranger. That could have been amazing to see, like our first ever
sibling
Ranger sibling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that would have been amazing. That really would have been. It's just so
Honestly,
many things.
The Gold Ranger has so many good choices that they could have chose from.
Yeah, Billy. You had Eric. It's just so many people. But I say it still came out on top in the end with what they went with. Yeah. So anyway, back to There's No Business Like Snow Business. I want to talk about how petty Heather was, to be honest, because first of all, when she came back for the date and everything, coming all looking pretty and everything, I appreciate that, but she does not understand what Tommy and the others have to put on the line. All right. The line that really irks me when she said, "Do you have any idea how long it took me to get here?" I'm like, woman, do you understand? I'm basically protecting the Earth. I'm protecting you and everybody on this planet. All right.
Don't worry. She learned a year later when she came a VR trooper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She learned that way. That's anyway. What was your thoughts on like There's No Business Like Snow Business? Like, what was your overall thoughts on that whole arc from like the Dear John letter to like the transition to like the date and Tommy trying to move on?
I feel like it was one episode too long.
Wasn't it 3 parts?
Yeah, it was 3 parts. I was
three
like,
parts.
why is this even 3 parts? There's a lot going on, like back and forth with like Tommy's group, because they went snowboarding or skiing, whatever, and then the rest of the team. But I think it was handled pretty well because like they wanted to cheer him up after that devastating loss, even though something better came along the way.
Yeah.
But that Dear John letter is it's very, very hurtful. And I think it ended perfectly, that 3-parter, because it ended with a hint at Tommy and Kat, obviously, as they were dancing lovely in the the cleared out youth center.
That was a really nice ending. What about you, Vaughn? What's your thoughts on There's No Business Like Snow Business?
I hate it because, like I said, it was an episode too long. Why is it a 3-parter? It should have just been like only 2 parts. And plus, like I said before about the Dear John letter, I'm like, this is the most hilarious and embarrassing thing I've ever seen in my life. And I couldn't stop laughing as a kid, and also as an adult. I'm like, why do you have this weird ass montage? The montage killed it for me. Cause like, oh, this is the official goodbye for Kimberly Hart's character. I'm like, she was gone already.
Right.
She left a while ago, man. Like, I don't care anymore. I forgot about her at this point.
I'm like, nobody brought up Kim in the show until she wrote that letter. So I really didn't care about it that much, but it really did branch it out to like how Kat and Tommy got their relationship started going. And plus, I preferred Tommy and Kat anyway because Kat was my crush in Zeo when they're growing up. It's the Australian accent, so
I can't lie about that one either. But man, what else can I bring up? Actually, let's jump to Tanya because I feel like Tanya had a lot of focus episodes.
She did.
Yeah, just like with the third episode, focusing strictly on her and helping out this guy named Sean, who, let's be honest,
he's a dick.
Sean is
He's an asshole.
Sean is the worst. Every single episode that he was in, he is the worst.
I'm like, come on, brother. Why you acting like this, man?
It's like, you making us brothers look bad. And every single episode that he was in, Tanya was always giving him a reality check. And it's like, all right, he learns his lesson. Next episode, he still don't learn his lesson.
He got progressively worse every time we saw him.
Exactly. It's like, I don't like him. Tex, what was your thoughts on Sean, if you even remember his character?
I remember his hairline. That's one of the most distinct things about him. And this is not coming for the actor himself. The actor was fine. But Sean was such a weird, like, why is he here, man? I just didn't dig Sean. I kind of got what they wanted to do with him, but it was like, yeah, I could live without this character. To my knowledge, I think he was only in like a handful of episodes, maybe three.
Three episodes.
I think I remember 3. Yeah.
Yeah, it felt so much more. It's just like, oh, it's Sean again. That's nice.
The baseball episode. Oh Jesus.
She checked him in that episode. The baseball.
For real. And then he had the guts to take on Adam in that martial arts tournament. I'm like,
what do you think you're messing with?
Ooh, let's bring that up. So they didn't have I know they were trying to set Tanya and Adam up because there was like a lot of good chemistry between the both of them, because you have Adam who's pretty much the martial artist, well, pretty much the martial arts expert, the fighter in the group. So teaching her how to fight, especially as a Power Ranger. And then you just see like her helping him, because I think he was still shy at that time, like very, very shy at that time. So helping him branch out. So it was, I wish they developed more between those two relationships, because it was actually a really good moments with them.
Yeah, but I agree. Because they were always trained together. I'm pretty sure they were always having like little missions together too. I don't want to say missions, but like
they're always paired up together.
They're always paired up together, yeah. Even especially in the first half of Turbo, I know we're straying away a little bit, but you see a lot more in Turbo also, because like Tommy was like always away from everybody.
And that was when JDF was on his way out.
It was just always Adam and Tanya like taking charge all the time. So
yeah, Tommy was too busy being a surrogate father for Justin.
Yeah,
I don't even know surrogate father, because Kat was bringing a surrogate mother as well. So there you go. Tommy and Kat were basically Justin's parents in Turbo by that point. Let's also talk about Rocky. Rocky got the biggest share of development in this season, because
I'm glad he did.
I feel for him. I really do.
Yeah. I loved Rocky in this season. I did not like Rocky. I'll admit, I did not like Rocky and MPR. And the one episode that pretty much strays from that is Rocky wants to have fun. I hate that episode.
It's so stupid.
I hate that episode.
Pachinko machine, great.
At least in Zeo, he was genuinely funny. He was
genuinely funny, very witty. He just felt more comfortable. He just felt more comfortable.
Rocky is he's a tragedy, man. It's just like, I didn't really care for him in Mighty Morphin. He's like the only new addition I didn't really care for him in Mighty Morphin. Zeo comes around, it feels like I can really mess with this dude. You know, he's cool. Mm-hmm. Then Turbo comes around and it's like, well, you had a good run, Rocky, I guess. You know, you're not a Ranger, but I really dig. I mean, this is more about the whole cast, but I really dig how Zeo's treated its cast, especially like, because in Mighty Morphin, I will admit, in my opinion, like the non-OG Rangers, or that's including Tommy, they definitely always felt like they were trying to keep up, or they kind of slacked off his character at times. So when Zeo came around, Rocky and Adam definitely impressed me a lot. And to this day, Adam continues to be one of my favorite Rangers of all time. So that was nice to see.
Yeah, I could definitely agree with that.
Absolutely.
Man, I think my favorite Rocky episode was when he was working with that blind martial artist.
Oh,
yeah, I can say that is my favorite Rocky episode.
I like the episode where it It was like right after Jason joined the team, and Rocky was like,
that's
I got a place on this team.
I was
Man,
like,
he
I
was
got
so that was the place where I'm like, oh man,
I
feel bad
I
for
felt
him.
really bad. And then Bulk and Skull didn't make it better either. They're like, yo,
Oh,
Rocky,
God.
looks like getting replaced.
it's like,
Jason's
hey,
back.
Like Jason's back. What are you gonna do?
Yeah,
I'm actually really glad they did that, just because
Yeah.
I always know, the fan base always had this kind of thing with, Rocky replaced Jason.
Mhm.
But I think they handled it pretty well. Like Rocky had to figure out, you can't replace me. Like there's only one Rocky, so I really like that.
Right. And it's like the Zeo team is like a whole team of replacements anyway. So it's
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
like they all replaced someone already. It's not like they're
Yeah,
replacing each other though.
Mhm.
Exactly.
So I like that a lot.
Yep. Man, I feel like let's go to the Gold Ranger arc.
Let's go.
Oh my, this
It's so good.
I
Bro,
love
Power
the
of Gold
arc.
is my favorite episode in the entire season. That
Hmm.
is by far one of the best and my favorite intro to a Sixth Ranger because
Oh man.
Omi shows up knocking down COG soldiers and then shows up with his theme song playing in the background. I'm
See,
like,
Time for a gold rush.
oh my god.
See, if Zeo is that theme that makes you work out, for me, it's got to be the Gold Ranger. The Gold Ranger theme is the greatest Six Ranger theme. For the longest time, I used to love White Ranger Tiger Power.
Oh, that's a
Yes.
good one.
But as soon as like Trey came in, and
Just that dialogue, like, okay, now it's my turn.
it's like,
Ryan Steele.
it's the guitar solo, and it's just
Exactly.
like, the Gold Ranger theme was. Zeo did so many things great. Like the had one of the best like introductory fights with the Zeo team first morph, and just the introduction of. I mean, yeah, Trey didn't do anything. Not much, really.
He was only a Ranger for seven episodes in the finale. That's it.
Yeah, but him showing up is definitely like edged in my memory just because the theme. It's like for me, that's like the original like doggy morph from SBD. You remember?
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
he's just taking names. The Rangers is just like, wow, that's amazing. Who's this guy? Like,
We barely get moments like that nowadays.
Yeah, they don't
barely get
do
moments like
do
that.
Six Rangers like that, unfortunately.
Yeah, probably the last time we had something like that was when Ivan showed up in Dino Charge, and
Yeah,
that
he
was
taking it down.
that was good. But yeah, oh my gosh, the Gold Ranger debut is just one of my favorite Six Ranger debuts, next to
It's
Eric,
so
of
good.
course. But it's just
so good and mysterious at the same time.
good,
Yeah.
mysterious. You
Yeah.
don't know who he is. You just see
He's
him
just left
mopping
wanting
off the
more.
cogs with the gold power stab, rushing them with that gold rush.
Something like that.
Like, the gold rush.
everything
Man.
about his design is just so great.
That's
Like,
the
look at
greatest-
that.
It's beautiful. It's
Brad
a
Hawkins has
beautiful
the greatest ADR like in Power
I
Rangers.
know,
ever.
right?
I'm not even like I'm not even like saying that to like poke fun or anything. Like it's genuinely so good because he's so into it too. I love
It
it.
just makes him feel so OP at that moment, like
Yeah,
for real.
and also one of my favorite parts about Power of Gold, besides the whole Gold Ranger debut fight, was they kept cutting to Pyramidas traveling space,
Yep.
and the Gold Rangers is blasting his theme song.
It's like, just for like, yo,
Just-
y'all about to
He's
have
going
some
warp
company
speed
real
to the Gold
quick.
Ranger theme
Oh,
song. I'm
man.
like, wow, this is great.
Oh man. Just
Like,
Everything about that Ranger is just so like the uniform, the Zord, the staff.
He flies a pyramid in space.
Yes, like,
giant- it's
I
crazy.
suck at the Power Rangers fighting game, but I love playing this Trey. It's just so.
I get my
fun.
butt kicked online a lot. I get my butt kicked playing online, but that's just that suit is just it's so beautiful.
Like as a kid, I always loved the Gold Ranger. Like I have two figures up of Gold Ranger, one with this, but also the other one with Jason face on it. Like I don't have Trey face on here. I have Jason's because
I used to,
it's pretty much the reason why that I have both of them up because it's the Gold Ranger. Like look how beautiful this suit is.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
look at it.
I have two Lightning Gold Rangers, one from the SDCC set, and then the other one with Trey. So the other one I leave Trey's head on it, and the other one I just keep the actual helmet on. So it's Jason and Trey.
That's perfect. That's
Man,
totally
this
perfect.
is beautiful suit.
That is the
It
best
is.
coloring on any suit.
I wish I had the staff. I know I can get the staff, but I'm gonna hold off on getting the staff right now.
I wish I
got it
staff.
when it was marked down like crazy at the
I
time.
wish I had that staff. Like, do they even still sell that staff anymore?
Yeah,
They
it's on
do.
Amazon.
They still do.
Okay.
It's still
so-
like $70 something right now.
Well, that's a fair price.
Well, that's
Yeah.
that's a decent price for that. That's very decent. That is incredibly decent. And I just love just the Gold Ranger arc in total, as the whole mystery of like, who is the Gold Ranger? Who is the Gold
So
Ranger?
many red
And
herrings. Oh my god.
everybody pointing fingers at Billy, like, Billy, is it you?
Yeah.
It's like, I would have told you guys already.
Yeah.
Come
And
on.
then
I
it's
was
a
like-
character that you just don't expect. Like they didn't even hint at Jason. That's what made it funny. It's like, wow, there
He
was
just came out of nowhere.
Where?
like,
Cause
do you remember the scene where Tommy was like, "Oh, we got to get past these guys. Come on, and he's not talking. He's just got his jacket on.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, it must be his brother, right? Because
Yeah.
like,
You're right.
and then
I
he
was
comes
genuinely
in.
shocked.
Yeah, I was like, is that Jason? I was like,
I just love that moment where just like, hey guys, the new Gold Ranger's right here. Jason, glasses, shades off, and everything.
why do you have
Everybody-
like the bandana or whatever it was? I don't know what he had on. It was like,
With the
Man,
trench
man wearing
coat,
the-
sunglasses.
wearing a
He was looking like
do-rag and a
he
trench
was looking
coat.
like Saiyan man. Saiyan
yeah,
man.
looking like
it's
great
fine.
Saiyan from Dragon Ball Z.
Jason definitely had his own unique style, but
He sure did.
when he came in on the scene as the Gold Ranger, it was just so, I don't know, something just felt right, man. It was
I
like,
remembered
don't know.
like the promos from when I was a kid, hearing it every single day of like, who do you think the Gold Ranger is? You got to keep watching Power Rangers Zeo every day.
I wish I
Is
lived
it
through-
A?
I wish I lived through that just to hear those promos.
Oh, the
those,
mystery.
I missed those old
Yeah, the
promos.
mystery one. Yeah.
those promos really know how to get you excited to watch the show.
Yeah.
And just the feeling of having Jason back, having that, and just seeing how Jason and Tommy switch roles with Tommy as the leader and everything. I love that bit where Jason's like, I don't want things to go back to the way they were after I left. Let's just
Right.
keep.
I like that. I like that.
Like,
too.
let's just keep it as it is. I'm just like, you know
What I
what?
like is that Jason had excellent chemistry with every single Ranger on that team outside
He
of Tommy.
did.
He got
did.
along with
Yeah.
everybody so well, it looked like.
Because I think he was like, I mean, Tommy already kind of fit this role, but he
Yeah.
was such a great like big brother figure. Like everybody looked up to him. You know, I could be wrong. You guys could correct me, but I know him and Adam definitely talked about martial arts a few times.
Yeah,
So it was like he was just, I don't know, he just fit in the team like a good piece.
Yeah,
Yep.
it was the perfect match. It really was.
He really was.
And I liked when he took the lead of the team again when Tommy was missing.
Oh,
You
Jesus.
know, in those 3 episodes.
Ooh,
We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that.
episode.
We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that because I got words for King for a day. We're gonna get to that soon. But
Ooh,
I want
I
to
got
jump to the Louis Kaboom arc. I did not like Louis Kaboom at all.
Yeah, I know.
I did not
Yeah.
like him.
He
I
sucked.
did not like him at all.
Matt
I prefer his Sentai counterpart more than his Louis Kaboom himself, because I know that was just like a ploy for Rita and Zed to like, hey, let's just shoot this rocket at the Machine Empire.
Had
Then we
their
could get
stake in the Empire.
then we could get our palace back. And it's like, oh no, you think I'm gonna try to be your Trojan horse? No, I'm gonna take over the Machine Empire for myself. Thank you very much. It's just,
It's crazy.
Vaughn, what were your thoughts on Louis Kaboom as a villain?
He trash, big trash. I don't talk about him. He's not in my train of thought, my dialogue. He's trash. I can't stand him. I'm not going to talk about him anymore. He's just pretty much trash. That's all I'm going to say. Just trash.
What about you, Tex? Your thoughts on Louis Kaboom?
From his name to his design, I never felt him. I mean, I like the whole idea he was going for.
And speaking in like a mafia kind of voice.
Yeah, I liked aspects of him,
Trash.
but a lot of the aspects I liked are things he would have just been a one and done villain. For him to be like an actual like main force for like a decent amount of episodes, I was like, after the first episode, I was like, oh yeah, he's still here. Cool.
Yeah, I'm just like, he's still here. You still here?
Yeah.
Why haven't you died yet? Why are you still here? Please leave.
Yeah.
Just leave.
Yeah, we could thank Prince Gasket and Princess Archerina for that, who are King Mondo's son and daughter-in-law, even though he don't want to claim neither of them.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, my son got married to the rival king. I don't claim you. Sprock is my next line for the throne. I'm just. Gasket is actually a villain I love to hate, though. He's actually formidable.
yeah.
I hate him, but I like him for the right reasons.
He was pretty conniving, I'll say.
Yes.
I liked him. I really did like him. Did it in O Ranger? That was actually the
Yeah, it was
evolved
Bulldog.
version. Yeah.
Yep. When I found that out, I was like, wow.
And I was like, oh, it makes sense. They They look like each other.
but it actually works. It works better here in Zeo, just making it like, oh, older
Yeah, two
brother,
separate
younger brother.
characters.
I like that. I like
It's
that.
nice.
And they both can't stand the sight of each other as brothers would. It's just funny how Machina has no. First of all, can we just talk about how Queen Machina, as evil as she is, she still loves both of her sons equally. Doesn't even care that her oldest son got married to a rival clan or anything. She just.
I actually like Machina more than Mondo at all of the times. I don't know. She made me laugh. I don't know.
Oh, darling, your oil is burning.
She's just like she's just there, but she still puts up with everybody's nonsense.
I love Clank and Orbis and their antics.
Round and round and round it goes.
Around and away we go.
Me and my brother used to do that with yo-yos when we were kids, just swinging around.
I just love how Orbis always calls Sprocket a little nitwit.
I never liked Sprocket, so that's fair.
I guess we could say Sprocket was kind of annoying, but you just put up with him anyway. And every time he kind of comes up with a plan, or anytime a plan fails, he just blames it on Clank. It's like, Clank, it was Clank's fault, Dad. It was all his fault. I'm like, Clank. It's just hilarious. I just love the dynamic. And I think my favorite moment with Clank and Orbis is when RoboCupid was falling in love with Clank. Orbis is like, I think you two make a cute couple. That's very nice, Orbis. Now get me out of this predicament. That's like my favorite Clank and Orbis moment of all time. It's just hilarious. But yeah, let's jump into this Gasket and King for a Day arc. King for a Day was, as far as I can remember, the first ever episode of Zeo that I watched. I like this episode, and I dislike this episode for reasons. Because if you watch Power Rangers for the longest, you see, first of all, you see bad things happen to Tommy all the time. Mm-hmm. And when you get to this episode, you see him get brainwashed, turn to evil. I'm like,
we've been there.
It's like, we just rode this train already. Are we still doing this?
This is how I met this character. Why are we doing this again?
I'm like, why are we doing this again? Why are we doing this again?
I have to say that beginning in part one, the beginning of part one, where Tommy's alone in the power chamber.
Yeah,
it's like all dark, and then the White Ranger suit comes alive.
That was creepy.
That was incredible. I'll give props for that.
That still scares me to this very day. That scares me. That scared the crap out of me when I was a kid watching it, and it still scares me to this day. It's so creepy because he's got like the machine voice and everything.
Oh man, that was just ridiculous. And man, I really, like I said,
I got
like
problems
this
with
episode.
the two-parter.
Yeah,
though.
yeah, I got a lot of problems. Mainly, it's just why you got to turn Tommy evil again? Like this is how we first
Jason
met
has
him.
to beat him again.
Jason has to beat him again.
Is this supposed to be poetry? I don't.
There's a monster based off the Gold Ranger that they have to fight, even though they're brainwashing Tommy.
Like that, I'll admit that monster design was good.
It's
that
sick.
Monster design was good.
It's a good design.
Yeah,
it's a really good design.
But it's the fact that when they were looking for Tommy, I love the bit where Jason's like, "I failed Tommy once, I won't fail him again."
I was gonna bring that
beautiful.
up. Yep. Like you'd have to know he's talking about the green candle. Like you'd have to.
I miss when Power Ranger had such like connected history like that because
continuity.
Because Jason always got ate up by that. He never got over it. So I really like how they brought it back. Like, I'm not fully over it.
Zeo really bumped up the world building too for Power Rangers in general. So
I actually did like King for a Day, that two-parter. Like I really did like it for some reason.
Okay, share your thoughts.
Especially since you had a lot of work for Bulk and Skull because they got a lot of things to do in those.
That's one of the greatest side plots ever for Bulk and Skull.
Yes. It was because of them the Rangers were able to get home.
Yeah.
Literally.
Literally.
They helped Koichi Sakamoto in the process.
Exactly, that's what I'm about to say. they had to help Koichi just...
I can't knock that. I cannot knock that at all. Koichi Sakamoto being in that episode, and he also directed this episode as well.
Yes.
I can't knock this episode. Like I said, this episode I like and dislike for separate reasons. But
Koichi the GOAT, man.
Yeah, there's certain things I don't like about the episode, but I still like it as a solid, three-part episode because missing before that the jet ski. But I just hated how Cat's power hug was what saved Tom. I wanted him to get beat down.
Greatest hug of
like,
all time, man.
I also like how Tommy's brainwashing wasn't over yet. It was still like he still had like after effects of it, where like he was hypersensitive to like the slightest changes in time.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So it was kind of crazy.
Yeah,
Only
Psycho's Koichi Sakamoto was in King for a Day. He was that monster that helped out Boken Skull. I forgot the name of the
Tridor.
Tridor. There we go. Yeah. Oh my gosh, Koichi.
He was dubbed over though. I know for a fact he was.
Yeah.
I'm
not saying it to be funny. It's not his voice.
Yeah. That was not his voice. But I still give him props for good acting. I definitely gotta give him props for his acting.
He was ripped.
And
man.
We have to mention the fight between Jason and we have to mention the fight between Jason and Tommy.
I'm talking about 5 times out. Oh, he's ripped like Vaughn. I said stop it.
It is.
It was just to see a rematch of Tommy and Jason again.
That's basically
it was a rematch
at the same time too. Like it was the 6 Ranger beating the Red Ranger. It was crazy.
And I just love how it's like Jason's trying to come to like, Tommy, you gotta come to your senses, man. This is not you. And just like, oh man, here we go again. This is Green with Evil Part 5, the Redux.
Tommy's really dumb too. I just realized in that episode because what's his name? Gasket was like, oh, the Power Rangers, you have to lead us against the Power Rangers. They're trying to destroy this planet. I'm like, dude, they look exactly like you. Why
look in the mirror. This? I'm like, man, will you look in the mirror? Like, where's that mirror that Billy had when he used in that wannabe Ranger? Like, Tommy, look. I'm like, oh wait, I'm the enemy. It's just like, oh my gosh, I gotta get out of here. That would that whole plot would probably went off the rails. But
he got his doctorate in paleontology. I don't know,
bro. What even?
Tommy was like one of the youngest doctors I've ever seen. Like, I don't know.
What even made him want to go into dinosaurs even to begin with? I'm just
honestly, it's got to be PTSD from all the Zords he saw. That's got to be like he's just.
I miss my Dragon Zord. I'm gonna go build one again.
Yeah, because he went to college. I'm like, he missed on graduation.
Like,
drive a race car.
I'm like test out race car driving. I'm like, yeah, I got my diploma already. I'm good. Y'all don't need me anymore. You're like, y'all good where you at. But I'll admit though, I'll agree with you, Fives. The power hug between Kat and Tommy, the simplest erasure,
the greatest hug of all time.
The hug to save the universe, literally.
Yeah, the hug to save the universe. I did kind of like though how Tommy had them at gunpoint with his laser pistol pointed right at him. Like, yo, like he's.
And they said, Tommy, you're not gonna do it.
It just wow,
and then it's like another elevation to like their relationship. Obviously,
yep,
he's got a soft spot for her.
And you know what's funny too? That Jason became evil a few months later during the Turbo movie.
Oh my! The Turbo.
It's like Jason and again another rematch. But I just want to add that all of these 3 last fights have. I don't know. The Tommy Jason rivalry still going strong, but Jason might have a better like ratio of wins at this point. That's all.
Oh, absolutely.
Technically, Tommy didn't win that one. Larigo helped him. Tommy didn't win that fight.
He was getting choked out.
Over
when I saw that,
I
was like, Jesus. Then I think it was both of the actors. They were at like a Ranger Con or something, and they were talking, and Austin was like, what he originally wanted to do, they said they won't let him do it because he wanted to like wrap the chain around his neck, I think, and fling him
that would have been
everywhere.
wrong.
That would have been gruesome.
I think the reason they said
choked out in the
I was like, well, just use the chain. Like, he wanted to use the chain. I think they said they didn't want people to like either
try to
Jason. I don't know. It was something. It was
they
like
probably didn't want kids like trying to
reenact
that.
Yeah, they didn't want kids wanting to.
That's
reenact.
fair.
Choking someone that was pretty bad already.
Yeah,
I wouldn't want to be whoever's playing Tommy in that situation.
That's gruesome. That just I respect Austin St. John's decisions for trying to do something new, but nah, you don't have to go to that levels of extreme. There's times to go to extremes, but those are not one of those times. Those are not one of those
That's
times.
playing a lot of better relationship right now, but I'm not going to say anything about that.
No, surprisingly enough, I would have never guessed like I think they're over it now, but I would have never guessed their previous beef because watching Zeo,
they get along so well.
Exactly.
They like the way they talk. I forgot which episode it was, but maybe it's one of the first episodes where Jason comes back. They talk, and you're like, yeah, you know, you're my best friend, man. I was like, you're my best. I would have never guessed they had any form of like beef. Like they are. Power Ranger actors continue to be underrated because that's some grade A acting. If you do that to somebody you hate, man.
And some of them are getting better acting jobs to this day. Like, come on, like they stepping their games up. Like, come on now.
Overall, Zeo felt like it was. I think we mentioned this before, but it felt like it was growing up in terms of like writing and acting. Because I know I actually really don't like when people say, "Oh, this is just MMPR season 4."
Like, no, it's not.
No,
all right, it kind of. In like, I guess in a way it is, but like it's still very different. It's still very, very different.
It definitely solidifies, like you said, like a more aged up tone.
Yeah,
specifically, like
they're like also through some real stuff.
Yeah, like no offense to NPR, like especially his later seasons, but it was very like definitely the more childish, quote unquote, aspects of Power Rangers. Like
absolutely.
Especially when you're like a kid, like I don't think NPR would ever handle like a real like breakup and a Dear John. And they also had the maturity not to just, oh, he's with Cat now. No, they actually build up to it, you know? That's very mature writing to me. I think Zeo did that well.
They felt like actual teenagers.
They did.
It was because it was more like a coming of age show because they were all growing up trying to level up.
It was their senior year of high school.
Yeah,
it's like them trying to figure out how they are going to be from the transition from like teenagers to adulthood. So it was like very understanding.
It was like I remember that one episode where Tanya, that recording artist, was like, "Yo, you're such a good singer. Like, I love that episode. I would like to give you a deal right now and like get you started." And she's like,
"I don't know.
Yeah, I want to stay in school before like I start recording and stuff because I'm about to graduate."
Yeah.
If I ever meet Nakia Burrice, I just gotta ask her, like, did she ever feel like Whitney Houston when she was recording that music video? Because that video just gives me Whitney Houston vibes. Because I love that episode. That's like one of my favorite Tanya focused episodes.
Look, I rewatched Zeo 2 years ago, and I was very I noticed a lot of things about Tanya that I hadn't noticed like in the other 2 times I watched Zeo in my life. So I'm like, damn, she's a really good Yellow Ranger. What the hell?
Yeah, like, why is she ain't getting her props?
Why have I been sleeping on? Yeah, I knew she was good Yellow, but like she's really good.
I think it's because her switching with Aisha felt so out of nowhere. Like they definitely should have transitioned that better. Like I still don't get it. So Aisha went into the past and became Tanya's, and I don't get the whole time travel thing.
Yeah,
but yeah, Tanya's definitely like I can definitely say, but the Zeo Rangers as a whole already great. But I definitely love her. She's one of my favorite Yellow Rangers. Like she's such a nice person.
Yeah,
like the actress. The actress is nice. The actress is nice. So it must.
She is. I can't wait to meet Nakia in person.
Yeah,
she's great in person.
Yeah, total sweetheart.
Like I loved her and Kat's friendship, man.
Also,
and they're like sisters. They're pretty much sisters.
Yeah.
They are.
They still are.
They are sisters. They are Ranger sisters.
I love that. I really did.
Like they live right next door to each other.
Exactly. Like they have their own YouTube channel and everything. Shout out to Power Rangers Playback. Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
They are incredible. They are so incredible.
I think one of the saddest moments for Tanya was when she found her parents stuck in the cave.
Oh my god!
They didn't recognize her because of the Orb of Doom stuff. So like they didn't realize she grew up. I was kind of sad, but then they're like they were reunited. So I was like, all right, it's better.
I was like, all right, this is good. They're like, this is good. Like reuniting with her parents and everything. Like wow.
Yeah, because like she thought they died.
But it's just wow. Just so
actually
incredible.
That reminds me, regarding Tanya's character, did you guys have read like the Boom Studios comics, right?
Yeah.
Oh, are you about to bring up Beyond the Grid?
Yeah. In Beyond the Grid, am I the only one who was confused? Like why they were? That was Tanya, right? Like,
it was supposed to be Tanya.
Why were they shipping her with
Mike?
Yeah,
It was just weird.
it came out of nowhere to me. I was like,
I don't like that storyline. I don't talk about it anymore. It was
yeah, I don't know.
All those Rangers are like
they did all the Rangers dirt.
Cam.
Probably
Cam.
No, we talked about Cam last time. That was not Cam. That was not Cam. That was
they did Cam dirty.
Oh golly, Willikers. I'm like, that's not Cam. Stop.
That was definitely Dax hiding his Cam.
Yeah,
that was
Dax. That's mentioned. I never put that together until now.
I mean, I could say they gave Heckle a little bit of something.
I mean,
they gave him a few crumbs.
They could basically do whatever they wanted with him.
But overall, that story was just. I was bored. I was bored with that story completely. It was.
I like what they did with the lore behind it, but that's about it.
No, it's just a shame because like the idea of like a cross Ranger team is so cool.
Yeah,
but.
And that's something I wanted the comics to do, like since the beginning, like having different Rangers from different teams.
Do you remember
like
those old
all-star teams?
Do you guys remember the old VHS tapes? And it was it would be like a collection, but on the cover it would be like the 5 Ranger helmets, but it'd be like it'd be like Wild Force Red,
Power Rangers, the Ultimate Collection.
I used to love
that, man.
I still have it.
That was a goat. That was a goat.
I felt so proud because now I own Forever Red on DVD. I was like, I own one of the best Power Rangers team ups of all time in my hands right here. I am so happy.
I wasn't allowed to get those VHS sets because we literally recorded like every single episode of Power Rangers off TV. So like my parents were like, "You already have these episodes." So I'm like, the cover looks good.
And it's a better quality.
But look at the cover. Look at how
you have Power Ranger episodes at home.
Yeah, right. Can we get Power Rangers? We got Power Ranger episodes at home.
That's literally how it went down.
It's like, we got Power Rangers at home. You don't need no more Power Rangers.
That's how it was all the time. I'm like, oh my god, all right, fine.
Oh my gosh, so I want to jump back into Billy because Billy did have a fair share of development because during the Alien Ranger season, he was the only one that got turned back into his normal self. He was able to help out the Rangers on the sidelines, help the Alien Rangers out, get accustomed to Earth and with the environment around them. And you even had, the Alien Rangers come back. You had Sestro. See, man, their names sometimes be confusing. Sestro coming back to tell Billy, we need your help on Aquitar because we're being attacked by Hydro Contaminator, so we need your help. So Billy leaves, comes back, and then close to the end of the season, he's having a reaction due to the device that made him turn back to his normal self. He's aging rapidly, and of course that leads into the team up Ranger of Two Worlds. And it was a deep. It's not the best Ranger team up, but it's okay. It's average.
Yeah,
it was their first.
It's like something that gradually like became a team up.
If the Alien Ranger season was a bit better, I would have definitely been hyped. But as a kid, I was like, "Oh, that's cool,"
I remember the first time I watched that, and I was like, because do you guys remember back when Power Rangers used to be on the ABC Family? It had that marathon on Sundays called the Best of Power Rangers. And it was just
a marathon.
Exactly.
The commercials.
Shout out to Carl.
Oh my God.
Carl literally does the voiceovers. Just
I remember that video. I remember that.
Like I thought he was the one recording that back in those days.
And I was like, on ABC Family. Oh my gosh. I just remember just going on YouTube and just looking up these promos. I'm just like,
they're hype as hell.
Like these promos really well done. Back in the day. What happened?
And sometimes the promos are better than some of the episodes.
Yes.
Those promos were great. Like off topic a bit, but do you remember when Time Force ended and it was like the next legacy of Power Rangers starts here, and it's like Wild Force, and it wasn't even like the normal Wild Force opening; it was the demo one.
Yeah, it was like Force. While you watch the Time Rangers and their journey through time, look at the newest team, Power Rangers Wild Force.
I actually like Wild Force. Gives me chills. I still love the original, but
I kind of wish that we had the demo theme.
I love that demo theme. Like I love both equally, but
I can help. I love them both. I love them both equally. But
when they had the character promos with that theme song, I'm like, come on, man.
They did.
Oh shoot! Wow. But back to that, like the when they had the Power Rangers on marathon on like Sundays. That was kind of, first of all, that's actually kind of interesting. How you had the season of Wild Force air on Saturdays, and then a compilation of Ranger season on Sundays. That was a good toss up. That was a good toss up.
I wish Nick did that. I mean, they did in the beginning. They
kind of
tried,
did,
and then
yeah,
why they stop?
Yeah, they just like, okay, we don't really need the older seasons
I was
anymore.
like, they re-aired all of Dino Thunder for like 1 week.
I remember I was
and Ninja Storm.
Ninja Storm and Time Force and Jungle Fury. I remember I was watching all of Dino Thunder that 1 week while I was doing homework. I was just like, oh, I just love my Power Rangers life. I love it.
I used to play all the SPD games on like the Jetix site.
Oh, me too.
Man.
Rest in peace to Flash players, since
don't say it.
I'm sorry, I had
literally died this year.
Flash players are dead now, so
that hurts, man.
Yeah, that really hurts.
I still listen to all the promos to the old Power Ranger shows, just like the beginning of them, because it's like the Ninja Storm one. Yes, the Ninja Storm one.
Ninja Storm ones are, bro, 2 bad, 3
good, 1 ultimate.
The Thunder Rangers.
Power Rangers like you've never seen them before.
I love
that's the best part of that promo. It's
me and Black Wing talked about it. The Thunder Rangers were given so well presentation. They were so cool.
Absolutely.
It was just a great way to hype up. I even remember that Wild Force promo on ABC Family with Don Levon saying, it was like, on ABC Family, the newest Rangers of the power no generation has ever had before. Wild Force, all new heroes, all new enemies, all new animal morphing powers, all new high-octane stories about heroes to save the world. Power Rangers style gets supercharged with Power Rangers Wild Force on ABC Family.
We was talking about Ninja Storm, and guess what popped into my head right now?
What?
Well, what happened?
Jorgito Vargas.
That's an inside joke. They're not gonna get it. They're not gonna get it.
I'm not gonna get that.
You had to be there.
Oh man,
Vaughn's gonna be out of commission for like 5 minutes now.
Let me mute myself.
Oh my gosh, where's Squall when we need him to do that whole camera angle shit? Oh my gosh. But yeah. Just to see the Alien Ranger suits with the Zeo Ranger suits, it didn't really feel like a strong connected team up, but it just felt like a right off the bat kind of team up.
Like they were there for like some other stuff because of what was going on, and like, oh, let's just fight together.
Yeah. Why not?
And it's crazy though, because I remember the first episode of Alien Rangers that I watched. I think it had to definitely be Hog Day Afternoon. I think it was either part 1 or 2. And it was the bit where the Ranger kids were giving the Alien Rangers the water that they. That was like the first. I remember it very well. Vividly.
Actually, I think that's my first Alien Ranger episode.
That was my first ever Alien Ranger.
We used to have that recorded on VHS with the Zeo season, so that's like what I remember watching first.
Exactly, and just because even when Orko came back in Forever Red, and I see his suit, I'm like, why does that suit look familiar? Like I've seen that suit somewhere, and it's like, I'm like. And then you see the Alien Rangers come back in there. So I'm like, now I remember these guys because I barely remember them. They were the Rangers that need water to function.
Hey, man,
I will admit,
now Fiend was great, and also Sestra. I like Sestra a lot, even though he only got like nothing, but a black alien.
He's a Blalian.
Represent.
A Blalian.
Shout out to Zato.
Yeah, shout out Zato.
That's right.
Right. Yep. And there you go. Shout out to Zato and Ion. For sure. But yeah, can we just say how Billy kind of, even though his send off was a little, heartbreaking, but
it was sad.
It was sad, but
that montage at the end of the episode that breaks my heart.
That was beautiful.
And the credits, I'm like, oh, this is so depressing. We're never gonna see him again.
But I'm sad there wasn't David Yost that actually like voiced him.
That
video
was even sadder.
Cheap.
That's even worse.
I feel like that kind of muddied because it made it feel like it was like, well, years later with all the information that came out about him on set and like his relationship.
Voice that either.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it either. But it's like it makes it feel so much more like toxic. Like, I can see why it happened like that. But good on him, man.
And I'm glad it's not the cast that didn't do it.
I'm glad
that too.
That break my heart.
Yeah, for sure.
What was I gonna say? Billy, like I gotta hand it to Billy because like without him, I think there wouldn't be as much world building in
Yeah.
Zeo as there was, because like
He's
he
really
was-
came a long way. Like he
He
really
did.
He has-
developed from like season 1, going from like
Really
a
did.
nervous kid who didn't even know how to fight to like
yeah,
the middle
Yeah.
of season 2 to like not wearing glasses anymore. Season
He has
3,
the most clear arc I've seen of any of the
Yes.
the main 5 original Rangers. He has the most, like, because he stayed the longest, but he actually got to evolve, like you said.
yeah,
Yep.
Like, first
And
of
yeah,
all,
he's like the only OG that never left.
right.
Yeah, and he
stayed.
like-
It's so sad. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah,
Wow.
man.
Trust me, every time I get to that rewatch point where he leaves, I'm like, I can't watch those end credits because it's just a whole
Yeah,
montage of him. I just
because
can't do it.
he's
I'm gonna
Shout
cry.
out
He's-
to David.
he's good by
Shout out to
something,
David
man.
Yost.
Seriously,
David Yost,
very
you
nice guy
are-
in real life too.
He
Very
really
nice guy.
is.
Very
He
funny
really is.
too.
Yeah,
I remember when I first met him at a New York Comic Con back in 2016. I was just so nervous and everything. I even forgot to say affirmative to him because I know that's Billy's shtick and everything. But I'm just like,
yeah.
he's like, what's your name? I'm like, oh my gosh, it's just an honor to meet you guys. Like meeting him and Walter, just meeting the OGs in general. They're just
You're like me
Yeah.
when I meet Seven Ward. I'm like, oh my god, you're Seven
oh
Ward.
bro, man.
Man, you
I
got
know
him on speed dial now. What are you talking about?
exactly.
Stop that. I still get nervous.
Bro, that's like your Ranger father right there. Come on.
That
now.
is.
I still get nervous talking to him. I'm like, Dad, yes. I'm like, I don't know anymore. I'm sorry. Please
You were
forgive
like-
me.
You are Theodore J. Jarvis Johnson III in real life, or the second. You like the second?
Second. I
Yeah,
don't.
Theodore J. Jarvis Johnson II.
Yeah.
The sad part about Billy was that, like, I remember in Power of Gold, they were like, "Oh, there's supposed to be 5. You know, there's
Yeah,
what
there
did you
used to
say?
be 6
There
Rangers.
used to be 6 of us, but it's like, yeah,
Yeah.
there's only 5
That-
Rangers with Zeo crystals, and Billy was like, there used to be 6 of us.
And
That
like,
was so
Tommy
sad.
was
So
like,
sad.
"Hey,
Yeah,
I
Tommy
put
put his
my
hand
shoulder,
on his shoulder. He's like,
Yeah,
"Come on,
that
man, it's gonna
was-
be okay."
You know what I'm thinking too, because
So
every
sad.
time you, because when Billy's always in the command center, he always has to see his suit like hanging up.
Mhm.
So I probably feel sadder for him because like you see
Yeah.
his suit hanging up, you like, I want to be back on the field.
He's
But
like,
he can't.
he's like, I could go
Yeah.
back out there, but my powers are gone.
Those were
Yeah.
the worst episodes when the team was getting beat and Billy just had to watch. I felt so
Mhm.
bad for him.
He just
I know,
feels so hopeless.
It's really sad. That's why, like, he was like a pillar in Zeo.
Mhm.
So
He was.
He was
also
he made all
going
their
off
stuff.
world.
He made,
Yeah, he
gave
made all
their
their stuff. He
weapons.
was going off world, literally world building for the greater Power Ranger universe.
Yeah.
And
For
like,
sure, definitely.
he did a lot.
Um,
He did a huge amount.
Oh, actually, one thing regarding Zeo. Oh, I'm
Mhm.
sorry to cut you off, Black.
No.
Man.
No. Go
That's
ahead.
fine,
Go ahead.
guys.
Go ahead.
Please.
Go ahead.
I
this-
encourage it.
Yeah. Okay. One thing I really liked about Zeo was kind of like the mix of like, or kind of like the mix of themes from Mighty Morphin when it came to like, in Mighty Morphin, like there's technology, but there's like, it's much more, how am I trying to say this? The Mighty Morphin Rangers use magic to an extent, but it definitely feels more like technological.
Oh, absolutely.
And,
they feel more advanced.
Yeah, and their main enemy was a witch, so it was like tech versus magic. So then when Zeo comes around, it's like the Zeo crystal. They're like these majestic kind of crystal. So it feels more like it kind of tossed it on its head, where it's like now the Rangers are powered by like an abstract force compared to like King Mondo, who's all about technology. I always thought that was a really cool thing they did.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was on purpose, but regardless,
Listen,
it was just really cool.
You said it better than Linkara, so
Oh, jeez.
you said it much better than him.
I haven't seen Linkara's history of Zeo video, so I'm gonna.
I'm pretty sure you said something similar, but you said it better.
I've only seen
Thank you.
I haven't even seen all of his history of Power Ranger videos, but I don't think I even want to at this point.
This is really
Since I pretty much
just make your own. Just make your
Yeah.
own.
No, I don't even think I made my own. Look, I reviewed every single season last year. That's my history of Power Rangers.
Exactly. That's it. You made your own.
That's my
so
history of
you're
Power
good.
Rangers. Yeah, it's like I already did mine. So.
I literally made 2 threads about it because I was going through it. I can't believe I did. I feel disgusting doing that, but
you
Hey.
felt disgusting. You and Ginga Herb were the ones that
Hey.
inspired me to do that in the
I know.
first place.
I
I
was
blame
just watching
y'all.
I'm watching y'all. I'm like, I hope their mental health is doing well right now.
I was fine. I was doing like 2 to 4 episodes a day. It was all right, and then like I bumped it up to 10.
My mental health
almost.
was getting like my mind was hurt by the time I got to Turbo. And then once the new team showed up, I was like, okay, we're slowly getting better. We're slowly getting better. Like once I got into the GOAT era, like I finished in space in like a week. That's the fastest I've ever finished a season ever. So the fact that I got through in space in like a week and like, oh, it's just smooth sailing from here until I get to the end of SPD. I'm like,
that's how I felt too. That's exactly how I felt.
I'm like, I'm in good moments. I'm chill. I'm good.
And
just once
SPD,
I get
rush through it because I'm like, it's one of my favorite seasons. I just want to keep watching this right now.
Agreed. Yeah.
Like
especially when you know what's gonna happen, it's okay.
Yeah. Some seasons I just like, can I hurry up and finish this season so I can move on?
And you get the Mystic Force Dark Wish. I'm like, man, that parter right there, that was a great parter.
I was like, why couldn't the rest of the season be like this?
Mystic Force definitely has just it could have been so much greater because when it does good, man.
Oh, it's the 15th anniversary of Mystic Forces. I just remember that.
Is it?
Yeah, it's the 15th anniversary. Yeah.
Oh shoot!
Shout out to John Twee and Faraz.
Don't make me have to create another anniversary discussion. I'm already got like two. Good, because like I already got two planned later on this year. Like I don't need to make more.
You're good. You're all right. You don't need the problems in your life.
That's right. That's true. That's so true. I want to talk about that one funny episode. It came from Angel Grove, the Halloween episode.
Oh, that's an awesome one.
Man.
That's actually a really cool one.
If you want to talk about creative, Power Rangers has a fair share of creative episodes like Movie Madness from Time Force. Mm-hmm. This is what you call another creative episode. And
rest in peace to the Make-A-Wish kid too that was dedicated to.
Oh wow!
At the end, yeah, I just remember that right now.
But wow, that episode creatively is just amazing. Just having every single actor portray like a monster. You have Tanya playing the Bride of Frankenstein. Zordonicus is basically like the Wizard of Oz. Rocky is the Wolfman. Tommy's Count Dracula. It's
great.
That episode was just Cat is the Wicked Witch of the West.
Clever use of O-Ranger. Clever use of burning through like O-Ranger footage too.
I know, and I was just like, I remember when I was watching the first episode of O-Ranger and how only O-Red was the one that morphed, and then I'm watching that fight scene. I'm like, oh, that's the first episode of O-Ranger. That's good. That's pretty lit. I'm like, I like that. That's a good creative way to use the episode.
Yeah.
So let's kind of jump into the finale of the season. I know people don't like the way how Zeo ended. It kind of really.
But we're talking about Forever Red?
That's
one of my favorite T-Bups. So
mine too.
It's legit the ending of Zeo.
A golden homecoming. We see Jason struggle. Like the Zeo powers the Gold Ranger powers are kind of like, I wouldn't say killing him, but pretty much like not functioning well. So they have to give the powers back to Trey. And also Rocky didn't show up unmorphed in this episode, so this was like Rocky was also on his way out the door for Power Rangers as well.
I forgot about that.
Yeah,
we didn't see him unmorphed in that episode. Wow.
Yeah, it sucks. And I actually kind of like this final battle for multiple reasons. You have Rita and Zed on the far mountain watching the fight happen, just like, so who y'all got y'all money on? Like, who we got? Should we root for the Rangers or should we root for King Mondo, the guy who took our home? Who should we root for? And Zed just like, don't worry, I got a plan for both of them. Like, we got this. Like, we're coming back big and ready. If any, we're gonna come back strong. Don't worry, we're gonna.
That was a cool sequence of like the Putties and Tengas fighting the Cogs.
Yes,
that was so cool. With Jason just like in the middle of all of it, like I gotta get out of here.
Like, what is that? It's like I love villain civil wars.
It's so good. A good discord amongst the ranks. I love when villains fight.
And then the line of Rita to Jason, she's like, personally, I thought you looked better in red.
I love it.
I love lines like that.
It's little things like that.
I love lines like that.
I love good callbacks to that. So
I like the fact they acknowledge they have history instead of just walking up to each other.
Yep. It's just. Okay, the fact that Trey came back, got his powers and everything. I just gotta talk about the fact that he made the Rangers grow and everything. The first time I saw that, I was just like,
they had the
I was just like, did they just like? I thought they need Megazords for this. Like, don't they need Megazords? I was like, you know what? This is Power Rangers. Anything is possible. I just went with it and I love it. It's just like the only time Power Rangers grew to a regular, just like they don't even
Which
need their
is
Zords.
surprising. In all like the years of Power Rangers, I'm surprised that's the only time they've ever pulled that out. Like I'm
Right.
surprised they didn't make a joke. Like I don't know, make my Rangers grow or something. Like that.
Nah, it's like Power Triforia, make them grow.
I kind of wish that the crew had the Zeo Megazord suit so that they could have just filmed their own Zord like fight. That would have been so cool because they did it with the Shogun
that's
Zords,
kind of
they did it
what
with
that's
the-
kind of what we got with the Super Zeo Zords, which are my favorite batch of Zords ever.
They're so good.
You know,
It
this
happens
episode
to-
made me
we have
have
to-
problems with the powers of Zeo.
Which
Really?
episode?
No, the final episode of Zeo.
Oh,
Because you know how they say like the powers are supposed to grow throughout time, but then
Yeah,
became
yeah.
Turbo
They
Rangers.
literally grew.
Oh wait, you're right. Udana did this too in Mystic Force episode 1. Udana was the last person to do this.
Mhm.
That's all
Oh
right.
well,
That's okay.
yeah, that's okay.
She got
Rest
smoked after that.
Yeah, yeah, she did.
Yeah.
She got wrecked badly.
Yeah.
But look, the fact that the Rangers grew to like a Megazord size without usage of the Zords, I'm just like, you know,
I
what?
hated it.
I
really
love
hated
it.
it.
I
hated
took it
as
as
a
it
kid.
is. I'm just like, you know what? This is
I'm like,
Power Rangers.
it's
Anything
robots.
is possible. I'll take it.
It was. I mean, I'll be real with you. I was just mad. Like the whole final fight. For me, it was like I was like a part of me was like I prefer the Zords. They look cooler, but I was like I'll take it. And then it was the only time it happened ever, so I was like sure.
Mhm.
I was just mad that this man Trey like they really put him in the last fight. He didn't earn to be with the team in this final. Like,
No,
All
And
you
when
had to
it's
do was just
like-
go back home.
it should have
It's
been.
like, why
it should
are
have
you
been
here?
Jason as the last hurrah, and then give the power back to
I
Trey.
agree because seeing Trey and Tommy team up, I was like, you guys
didn't
have
feel
no
right.
chemistry. Like,
It
what
has
is this?
barely
This don't
barely
hit.
any chemistry.
At least
Like,
we got to see. I think it was Tommy karate chopping King Mondo or something.
he just like
Yeah.
punch and Zeo power kick King Mondo to the ground. I'm like, all right, like they got the finishing blow on Mondo. Mondo got wrecked twice. No, not twice. 3
No,
times.
you got wrecked twice.
Twice.
No, twice by the Rangers, and then the third time by Rita and Zen with that bomb.
My favorite part.
Oh yeah, it was
My
three
favorite part of
times.
the episode. This is like my favorite Rita and
We're
Zed part because
back.
they're like, "Hey, you know what? let me like here's a parting gift. Sorry about that." And the next thing you know, they just explode.
It's
It's
probably
just
one
like,
of the
you know
smartest
what?
moves they've ever done.
It's just
Yeah.
like, you know what? Here, King Mondo, you guys are the best. You're way out. We're out of your league. We'll just step out of your hair and everything. And
you know what's
kaboom!
funny? But you know what's funny? It's just Lord Zed driving in that van to see the explosion.
You see the explosion from his visor
And you,
from
yeah,
behind.
you see it
Oh, that looked
Like-
beautiful.
It was
from the
crazy.
rear view mirror. It's like, we're back. It's like, yo, once
It's like a conclusion, but then like
You
an
know what?
open-ended conclusion. It's
like
nice.
it's like an ending like in Looney Tunes where you're just like duh, 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 and that's exactly what it was like. And then you just Jason just like he's accepting with his powers leaving, like it's all right, I'm good. I'm gonna hang with this new girl that I met named Emily over here
Oh,
and
God.
Catch
live
you
my
later.
best life.
I'll see you in a few months in the Turbo movie.
Yeah, I'll see you in a few months in the Turbo.
I actually thought that was such a dickish move because the way Jason did it, it was like because at the time I was like Tommy was with Kat, so I was like, yeah, he still broke up with Kimberly. So he's just talking to his boy Tommy. Emily comes up, he takes her hand and walks away, and I'm like, Tom. I know Tommy didn't look that way, but if I was in Tommy's place, I was like, damn, really? I came over here to give you a pep talk.
But hey, Kat still came up right behind me. She was like, "Is Jason gonna be all right?" And I'm like, yeah.
think
He'll be all right.
Yeah,
He'll be
he'll
okay.
fine. And
And then they
next thing
walk
you know-
off holding hands.
And next thing you know, you have Jason choking Tommy in the movie. I'm like, yeah, it's gonna be fine. Oh, I got the mighty and the power.
I actually can you guys actually you guys are more knowledgeable in this sense. So the Turbo movie is undoubtedly canon, correct?
It is.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's very
Okay.
canon.
So I'm just confused on like the timing. So I've only ever seen like parts of the first half when it was like Tommy's team, Adam, and I've seen pretty much all of the new team with TJ leading it in space.
Mhm.
Right.
But I don't think I've ever seen the first episode of Turbo. So does it explain
they
anything?
They recap the movie within like
Yeah, the
4.
first 3 episodes pretty much recap the entire movie. Like you don't even need to watch the movie.
So
anyway.
Oh, okay.
we see Rocky at their so it's graduation time and they're all with Rocky
Okay.
and then they just literally like tell the events of the entire Turbo movie with like actual scenes of it.
Yeah, because he
Oh,
got
basically
injured in the he got
Yeah,
injured,
broke
so
his-
he couldn't really do anything about it. So like,
Yeah.
what happened? What happened during that journey? Then the next,
Hey,
you know,
they disrespected Rocky when he didn't go back to say goodbye to Zordon and Alpha when they left.
He didn't get
Oh,
no
yeah.
goodbye at all. He got no
Rocky, say,
goodbye.
I don't know about these Blue Rangers, man. They always get
Yeah.
like the worst luck when it comes to
Because
their
like
goodbyes.
I was like, why didn't Rocky go with them to the power chamber? Like,
yeah, like
he was
bro,
close to Zordon and Alpha also.
yeah,
Damn.
you're still a Ranger, bro. Like I don't know.
Yeah, that was
weird.
so bad.
I just want to know the fact, like, how the hell did he even know who Justin is anyway? Like, when Justin came from under the bed, he's like, Justin? Like, how do you know him?
How does
Like,
anybody know?
Like, how does everybody know Justin? I mean, like, I know Kat and Tanya know
bus.
because they were watching over him on the bus. But like, how does Rocky know him? Like how?
nobody knows.
Yeah, of course. Like the last time we see, Jason and Tommy do something together was like at the end of the Turbo movie where he helped them out with the karate tournament and they won, and that's
That
our
was
last.
cool.
That's
was
also
nice.
like our last in person with Kimberly, who pretty much she don't care. Kimberly just came back. She don't care. She sees Tommy. Oh, she sees Tommy with Kat, and like, oh, he good. I see he moved on.
No worry. Let me go on this. Let me go on this show called Felicity.
I actually really love the evil Kimberly, bro. I'm gonna be real with you. She
Did a
her
good
and
job.
Jason, both of them is like evil characters. They were actually intimidating, and and
Yeah,
I don't know
they
what
were.
they did with the voices. I don't know if that was just them or an effect, but I don't know how they talked was cool.
Oh yeah.
It
Why
was-
am I just realizing how the roles have changed for Kat and Kimberly? Because
Yeah.
Kat was the one that was evil. Now it was
Mhm.
wow.
They love
Everybody's
that force.
switching
It's
roles.
So,
Everybody,
the parallels are crazy.
it's
Hey,
like,
you can
All
tell
that
how
could've
much
made it
fun that
better,
Amy Jo
just the OG
Johnson.
thing.
Yeah, Amy Jo Johnson has fun playing villains because when you saw her act as Rita in MMPR,
that was fun.
man,
That was so much fun.
She was
looks like
in-
she had
she was
such a
really
good
into
time.
Yeah.
Like I wish I could be that gleeful about something, man.
And the way she said, "You're giving me a headache," I'm like, yeah, she's having the time of her life.
She's got that voice to her too, that like assertive voice.
I could never
to
do
really
that.
pull
I
it
would
off.
strain my voice if I did something like that for sure. Heck, I can't even do Robert Axelrod's not Robert. Wait, did I say his name right? Robert Axelrod.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
okay. Yeah, I
His
can't even
voice.
try to do. I can't even do a Lord Zed impression that well as he does. He does it too
or
well.
Finster.
Okay,
he does
Finster is
the-
actually
I
kind
can't
of
do
easy.
Spencer's voice. I
Finster's
can't.
actually kind of easy, but
I
Lord
can't do
Zed, he's too hard, way too hard. But oh my gosh, Zeo is just straight up great. I know I forgot to mention, Zeo borrows footage from Choriki Sentai O Ranger, which I did watch for the first time last year, and it's not as bad as people say it is. It ain't that bad of a season. Sure, it starts off a little okay, y'all, with your Zenkaiger medals. I see y'all. All right, show offs.
Hey, you said O Ranger. We had to represent somehow.
all right, show offs. But yeah, I mean, comparing this to, of course, we all say Zeo is better than O Ranger. But how did you get? I know Tex, you haven't watched any Sentai, but 5 and I'm Vaughn. What were your thoughts on O Ranger when you first actually watched it from the beginning?
Yeah. Oh, 5.
I think he's gonna do something drastic. I know it.
Oh Jesus!
Please tell me you're not gonna pull a squall.
He is. I know.
No.
Oh,
My mom-
I thought you were gonna like. Is he gonna pull a squall with this?
No. My thoughts on O Ranger. I was like, damn, what the hell happened to this show?
Mhm.
I mean,
And
I
then
know they had
they
to
had
dumb it down
problems.
because of
Yeah.
they had a terrorist attack during the.
Yeah, so I had that in mind too. So I'm like, all right, so I know what to kind of expect, but then I'm like bored of this show half the time. It's crazy. It's crazy how Zeo made better use of the Gold Ranger than O Ranger did, because like King Ranger was barely even
He was
in
barely,
that show.
I felt disappointed. I felt so disappointed.
Yeah, he
that
was
I
barely even in that show. I'm like, where is this guy?
I
Where's
felt
this
so-
kid?
Yeah,
Where's
this
this
kid?
kid?
This
Yeah.
600 million-year-old kid. Like where's this kid at?
Who's
Flying
voiced
around
by
in a pyramid.
who's voiced by Tiger Ranger for like a few episodes, and then next thing you know, be able to use his normal voice. It
Mhm.
was weird. O Ranger.
Yeah.
if Toku Scans is watching, I don't know if he is watching the I don't know if he's watching it on the live stream right now, but if Toku Scans is watching, you already know that I can't mess with Oranger like that. I watched it and I got really, really bored. And I know that he loves it so much, so I'm not going to say anything bad about it, but it's just I try to watch it like the first 8 episodes are really, really good at Oranger. I can say that for sure.
Yeah.
And then
Absolutely.
And then to the events happen, we have the real life events happen. You can tell like they try to figure out what is this show and what they can do with these characters, because I can honestly say I don't even know the name of Old Green majority of the time. Like,
Shohei.
I still don't know that name.
even his name kind of escapes me sometimes. Like, what's his name? Shohei. And what's Blue's name? Yuji.
Yuji.
Oh, like the name. Like the only names I remember are Goro and Momo. Red and pink.
Yeah.
That's it.
And also Yellows. Jury.
Jury.
I watched Oranger twice, and I really gave it like the biggest second chance, and I was like, it still hasn't changed my opinion.
I think it might get better for me during a rewatch, because I felt like I enjoyed the show a lot more in its second half than I did when I was because before, like the first half, because I felt like Yuji was getting like most of the focus episodes. I'm like, why is Blue Ranger getting all the focus episodes over some? Like, there's other members of the team here. But once it got to like the second half, it just got a lot better for me. I just took it. I was like, okay, this is good. The plot is getting serious with the Machine Empire and everything. With Louis Kaboom showing up, killing Sprocket, and then King Mondo having to use his leftover parts to make his son stronger and everything. I'm like, okay, this is good.
That was cool.
This is good. I like this.
Even though the final episodes of O-Ranger are kind of weird to me still. Like, it's still weird.
Yeah, I just felt like that final episode just like zoomed right through my head. I'm like, that's it?
They take the baby to space.
Yeah, they take the baby to space, and then they save Earth. I'm like, wait, that's like, it just felt like a generic episode. Nothing really.
Yeah, it just ended.
Yeah, it just ended.
Oh, time to go to Car Ranger, where everything is madness. So
Oh my gosh, Car Ranger!
I love Car Ranger. Oh,
look, I'm not knocking you guys who love Car Ranger, but when I first watched Car Ranger, I was like,
it looks for everybody.
It looks like a good time. I'll say that. I haven't seen it.
Oh man, it's a great time.
Listen,
just within the first 4 or 5 episodes, I was just like, what?
If you liked the whole Rescue Megazord story arc,
that was good.
You're gonna like how they do it in Car Ranger also, because it's literally just as good.
Yeah, I like that
too, with like high stakes.
Shout out to yeah. We were binge watching the first couple episodes. We were just like, what the hell is going on in this season?
It's pure madness. But
I might just watch it for the pizza scene that I've seen in Turbo.
The pizza episode.
I kind of love it, so I might have to because Blackwing actually gave me some recommended Sentai as well as Kamen Riders.
Mm-hmm.
So I might just put Car Ranger on the list just to see how insane it is.
It is
Car
insane.
And Car Ranger's on Tubi TV, so you can go ahead and watch it for free.
Yeah, you go. Yeah,
watch it before bed every night.
I don't know. Let's say the way that you guys describe it, it sounds like I'm taking LSD for it.
It's pretty much LSD the show.
That's what, bro. That's exactly what those first couple of episodes of Car Ranger like.
And they're just hardworking individuals too. In the middle of
oh my god,
they're just useless alien Earthlings. Nobody loves them.
And the villains they don't call it Earth, they call it Ursh. It was just like we got to figure out a way how to conquer Ursh. Like, why are they calling it? You know what? I ain't gonna question it. This show is just wacky. I'm just gonna roll with it. Oh my gosh. Anyway, that's pretty much our Zeo discussion. Power Rangers Zeo. Just shout out to the cast: Jason David Frank, Nakia Baris, David Yost, Johnny Young Bosch. Oh shoot, I forgot y'all more.
We got a more.
You gotta do it the right way.
All right.
You want Bob? This is your favorite season? You want to start it off?
I don't know, but it's morphin' time.
It's morphin' time. Gold Ranger power. Booyah.
All right, copyright. Let me not do that.
Whoa.
Copyright.
Whoa. That's a whole 1 hour down the drain. Yeah.
They just did it, Psycho. They
Oh
ain't
wait,
doing it.
Psycho said, "Wait, Mondo,
Do it properly.
We
We're
did
like,
it
you know what? Look, do it properly. We just
I
did it. All
I
right.
did the hand things,
Like,
making pretending
like-
the morphers are coming out.
Yeah,
Unless you want us to do the old Ranger way, go like Choriki Henshin.
I'm not standing up to do this. I'm
Or
sitting
unless
down to do this.
unless they want us to do the actual, like 0 Ranger 5 0. Actually, let's do a better version. We got this 5. Let's do
right,
one more
so
time.
I'm not putting my morpher on. I'm just gonna.
Alright.
Okay.
You know,
I'll go ahead and do it then. So
All right, shoot.
No, I'm
ready?
I'm not gonna have the sound on for my morpher.
oh yeah, I turn mine off too.
All right,
okay.
go for it.
All right. It's morphin' time.
Say it. 0 Ranger 4 green.
Zeo Ranger 5 red.
Gold Ranger power.
Oh man,
Man, I can't wait for
that's beautiful.
PMC where I plan. I wanted to do like a big Forever Red video. I can't wait for PMC next year. It's gonna be so much fun. But anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for taking the time out of your days to do this. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
No problem. Vaughn, where can everybody find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Mr. Cooper92. You can actually also find me on YouTube at Mr. Cooper92. I just started a YouTube channel, so I made a few videos.
Hashtag Izzy Gang.
Hashtag Izzy Gang. Hashtag. But I got a lot more videos coming up for the next for this next week actually. So be on the lookout on both Twitter and on YouTube because it's going to be fun. It's going to be enjoyable, and my feet are going to hurt after. So, yeah.
5, where can everybody find you?
You can find me on Twitter and YouTube at Sentai5, and that's basically it, really.
Yo, this man's edits.
Thank you.
The GOAT.
Thank
Doing
you.
the Lord's work.
I actually saw some of them before when I saw like your name when Blackwing made the thumbnail. And God's work, man. God's work.
Thank you.
Man, this man should have been working for Power Rangers already. I don't know why they did not doing
I'm
it.
humbled when
Damn
people say
right.
that to me all the time.
Damn
I'm like,
right.
They say it because it's true, man. They say it because it's true.
I know.
God, they can't handle the truth.
I appreciate the kind words, everybody.
So
It's everybody out there also.
Yeah, so Herb, Herb. Oops, wrong person.
Oh,
Tex, where can everybody find you? Whoops.
I honestly didn't hear what happened, so I'm just gonna accept that you corrected yourself. That's funny to me. So you can find me at Twitter as the Detective and on YouTube under the same name.
Excellent.
And as always, guys, you know where to find me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook at Blackwing2040. Also, my Twitch channel, Blackwing2040. Thank you guys so much for taking the time out of your day to check out this 20th anniversary Zeo stream. And as always, I am Vengeance. I am Darkness. I am Blackwing. Stay golden and may the power protect you.
go Zeo.